So using a picture that has some depth to it, I don't know if you can see that, but obviously with the trompe l'oeil in it, you know that there's some space there. I need some room to put in the Scrabble letters. So I got this for $3 at the Goodwill, and I mean, it's kind of cute, but I'm not a fan of trompe l'oeil, but I thought this would be perfect for putting in the Scrabble letters. So I'm just going to take the backing off, and there's little nails holding it in place. And yeah, I'll come back when I'm done with that. So I played around with their names a few different ways, and this seems to fit best into the oval design. So I think that will work. So after taking the matting off, because I decided I didn't like it, there was too much space between the little metal pieces and the glass. So I could have glued it in, I guess, with hot glue, but I wanted it to be more secure. So I trimmed off just the outer edge of both pieces of the mat, and I stuck it in there. So I just trimmed them with scissors. And this is the piece I chose for the background, and it looks really pretty. And this is from this gallery DIY. I think it was $4. I have it on a previous haul video from Dollarama. So I decided on this piece. So these just tear out. Not going to be pretty. You'll see. So I decided that looked a little bit too skimped in the frame with just those 4 names. And I had this one I wanted to do, and I think that might look a little bit better, but I'm also not sure about that. So we'll see where I go from here. So after playing around with it a little bit, I have decided to go with this one. And I just have to figure out how I'm going to glue all this without making a mess. So I just glued the letters on fairly easily with the Fix-All adhesive from the Dollar Tree. And it's a glossy page I'm using, so beware if you do that. They do tend to slip a little bit. There's a little bit of give right until the glue dries. It takes a little bit longer to dry, obviously, than other types of glue, like glue gun glue or whatever. But I think that'll probably be the best to hold them in place. And I hope I spelled everything correctly. It looks like I did. I think it's going to be gorgeous. Anyway, so I'm going to keep an eye on it so they don't slide around too much while they're drying, because that would be bad. And I'll come back when I've got it put together. So here is the final product, and I'm very happy with it. I just have to find a way to hang it up now that I've got it. Oh, that's too much glare there. There, how's that? Yeah, I better leave it back down. I'd love to find more of this paper, but there's only one per book of that. But I'll have to see if I can find more of those books then, because I really like the wood grain background. And I know people online are finding them at places like Hobby Lobby and whatnot, but we don't have Hobby Lobby in Canada, so Michael's is limited on, for some reason, on those paper backgrounds. So anyways, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I can't wait to hang it up. Anyways, thank you for watching my first Trash to Treasure. So I ended up using this wrapping paper from Dollarama. I think it was $4 for a giant roll to make this. And I thought, well, you know what? The cat, Bella is the cat. This is my friend and her husband and her mother that lives with them and their cat. So I thought that was quite cute. And then I had the frame already from, I think, also Dollarama from a while back, so I just used that. And that's the second one I did. So stay tuned, I'm sure there'll be some more. Thank you for watching. So I went shopping to the thrift store, the Mission thrift store in Sarnia, and got this for $2, this frame. And I'm going to use that for another one of the Scrabble. It's a really substantial frame too. And I couldn't find any of that same paper because that was a favorite now, the barn board with the heart on it. And I wish I had thought about it, but I mean, there's still one that's this size I might be able to scan in and make a little bit bigger. But I would have photocopied it if I thought about it. So I couldn't find that at the Dollarama, another pad of that. So I went to Michael's and I got this one That was 30 bucks Canadian, but there was a 55% off coupon today, so I picked a good day for that. And it's got some beautiful different patterns in it that will be great for backgrounds for these. Like all of them are nice and neutral. So yeah, they're great. So, I mean, they're not even worth photocopying because there's so many in there. There's 60 pages for that. And I would just, you know, probably get it again. And I mean, I'm not going to be doing 60 different of these, I don't think, but you never know. So stay tuned. I also picked this up at the Dollarama for $4, which, you know, I mean, it's about the same as a thrift frame, and it's got that nice depth in there for the Scrabble. It's a good size one. And I got a smaller one for $3 that doesn't have a backing, but it's got the glass close to the front, so I could just put in my own backing for that. And that'll probably be the one I'll use for this next project because it's only 3 names in it, so I better not use the big giant one or it'll look silly. So I finished my third Scrabble name thing, and my friend Sylvia wanted the same heart and barnboard effect paper, but I couldn't find it, as I said. So I took this one out of that Michael's pack, and then it wouldn't fit in that frame that I bought properly because this is actually meant for floating picture. So there's the small version of that. Sorry for all the glare again. Hang on, let me see if I can get that without glare. There we go. So that's actually meant for a floating picture, and I was having too much trouble because I was going to try and stick it in anyway with a backing, and I could have, but I didn't have a cardboard backing the right size. That's just a ripped off piece of paper from the other thing. So anyways, so that's I'm probably going to put a different picture in there, but I really like the way that looks because I want to still try and scan that in and see if I can print it out. Anyways, so then I just grabbed another frame that I had, and it's really a tight fit to get it in there with that because it's not really meant for that kind of thing, but it worked out okay. So I'm going to bring that to them today. Sylvia's giving me a bunch of flowers from her garden as she's been weeding them out, so I thought I'd do that for her in exchange.